Hey everybody, it's Dustin. Welcome back into the Mosh Pit, and I wanted to go over Returnal. If you're like me and you've been playing this game, you cannot stop, and it is awesome. But there are certain things that I hate and love about this game. So I wanted to put together a top 10 list of all the things that are frustrating me and also that I love within the game, and see if you agree. And if you don't, let me know in the comments below some of the stuff that's pissing you off, or if you don't mind some of the things that are pissing me off, and we'll have a discussion. All right, let's get into it. Now, these are in no particular order, but the first one that comes to mind is when you fall off the world when you're not in combat. Now, there's one thing when you're getting mobbed by a whole bunch of enemies and you're not really paying attention to the ground, but if you're just running along, having fun, the synergy of the game has got you, and you're just moving super quick, but you don't see the edge, and you just fly right off, take a little damage, come back, or maybe you're already low health and it kills you and you wipe a whole session just from falling off the damn world, not being killed by an enemy. Oh my god, does that burn me? Oh, I get so frustrated. I'm like, no! Am I that bad? I am. And speaking of falling, what about items that get you when you fall? Like parasites, malfunctions, things like that. If you pick it up and you're like, ooh, this is a pretty good benefit, but long falls will have me take damage, or using a key will have me take damage. Those, I picked those up in the beginning thinking, okay, well, that's not so bad, I'll just heal up. Well, sometimes those healing items don't come quick enough, and that long drop will be the one thing you just didn't need, and it wrecks your whole run. Or maybe there's an enemy after a long drop, and now he's going to tap you once, where a double tap would have been what you needed to survive, but the single tap from the, you know what I mean. It's a pain in the ass. Alright, next. On the items causing you damage, I think the worst one for me is every time you pick up an item, you get damaged. So now I have avoided those parasites. I never pick those up. If I get that malfunction, I try to get it fixed as soon as possible, because picking up items is what you do in this game. Pick up a key, damage. Pick up a gun, damage. Pick up an artifact, damage. It's like, oh, it's worse than the enemies sometimes. So avoid that at all costs. I hate them. I love the benefits from these parasites. Let me tell you, I will pick up 5 parasites if I find good ones. But anything that's doing me damage like that, I've now started to avoid altogether. Next, I wanted to talk about the flying enemies, the birds, the bats, whatever you want to call them, the TIE fighters up in the Citadel. All those flying enemies, there's too many of them. Get them out of here. They're flying at me. I can't see. There's a laser coming. Now they're shooting projectiles. Then they explode and more lasers. And I can't get them all. There's too many damn birds. Get these birds out of my stupid face. Those TIE fighters are the worst. Can we get a nerf on the TIE fighters, please? A Housemark, if you're watching this, can you get a nerf on those TIE fighters? They're a little much. They're a little much. Also, though, they're awesome design. They look super cool. These flying birds, bats, and TIE fighters are they're amazing. I love them, but I hate them. But I love them. Alright, another effect that I don't like is if you get a parasite and the enemy that you shoot, when they die, they leave an acid pool on the ground. You would think, oh, that's no big deal. I love this, whatever benefit I'm getting from this parasite, but I'll deal with the acid. With me, I, for whatever reason, forget, and I run right into that acid pool, especially if I'm using one of the rock gobblers, the rock lobsters. I throw that over there. It creates its own little green pool. I don't remember. I think that green pool is my rock lobster, and it's not. It's the stupid enemy death pool, and I get hurt. More damage is not what I need in this game. I need less damage. So I hate those parasite effects. I stopped picking those up. I used to pick them up all the time thinking, no big deal, but it is a big deal. God dang it. Alright, next on the things that I love and hate is the Hollowseeker class of guns. Now, in the beginning, because if you buy the higher tier version of this game, Deluxe Edition, you get the Hollowseeker unlocked right off the bat. But I've found that the Hollowseeker in an early game with only one perk available sucks. It's so slow to kill an enemy. Yeah, it fires really fast, but it fires really fast, weak projectiles. It sucks. As you get further on in the game, I've started to love the Hollowseeker. But in the beginning part of the game, if you've got it unlocked in the very first sections, the first and second sections of the game, with only 1 or 2 of the perks on it, it is just a crap gun. But once you get into the higher tier perks, and you've got 3 of them on there, the thing can be a beast. So I hate it, and I love it. Next thing about this game that I really hate is the crying babies on Twitter comments. Anytime Housemarque posts anything, they can post, "We love you guys," and then some asshole will be on there going, "Oh yeah, well fix your game. Oh yeah, well it costs too much. Oh yeah, well my mom didn't breastfeed me enough and now I'm bitter." Bleh. God, just shut up. These guys have made a great game. It's really fun to play. It's PS5 exclusive, and maybe you don't have a PS5. Maybe you have a PS5, but you're bitching because your save got wrecked when they accidentally patched it. But they're not Bethesda. They care. They're working and fixing things right away. They're communicative. These guys are busting their ass, and they're a smaller developer. Bethesda couldn't even do that kind of crap with Fallout 76. And Square with the Avengers game. And do I need to go on? BioWare with everything they've put out over the past 5 years. Like, come on. You got to give them credit where credit's due. Stop crying in the Twitter comments. Next thing is not being able to close it mid-run and play something else. Now, sometimes these runs can go pretty long, and if I'm going like hour and a half, 2 hours long, somebody hits me up, "Hey, you want to play this game with me?" I can close the game, go play with them, come back to my run later. Well, nope, can't do that. If you're in a 2 hour long run, you better finish it, and you better hope the game don't crash either, because there's no checkpoints. Now, I've been able to live with it. I love the game. I also love that there's no checkpoints, because it gives a sense of accomplishment when you do finally beat that boss. It gives you a sense of unease when you're going up against hard enemies or maybe a challenge room, and you know that you've been playing this really nice run for about 2 hours. You don't have any revives left, and you're getting close. That kind of edge of your seat action you can't get from a lot of games. And I appreciate that it's there, but I would appreciate being able to shut the game and having some kind of pause state, as it were, to go play something else, come back from my other whatever I was playing, and unpause without having to just have Returnal open on my system. That is a little frustrating at times. Next thing about the game that really frustrates me is people that can beat it in under 20 hours. Man, kiss my ass. I've been playing this game for almost 40 hours now. I've beaten 4 of the bosses. I'm working on the 5th. It's beating my butt in. It's hard. And for people that are, "Oh, I don't know, I didn't find it that challenging, and I got it done." Yeah, shut up. It's challenging, okay? The rest of us out here don't want to hear about how great you are at games that you beat it in 20 hours. Shut up. But also, I'm grateful that there's a game out there that I'm so, what I really like? I like watching people speedrun a game in an hour that takes me 40 to beat. Like, if you ever watch a Dark Souls speedrun, it is so impressive, the skill there. And that's the kind of thing with people that can beat it in 20 hours. I don't want to hear it, but I'm really, really glad that people did that. And I want to see a speedrun of this game. There's going to be somebody that puts out a speedrun of Returnal, all bosses, in like an hour or some ridiculous thing. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And maybe I'll be salty, maybe I won't. I don't know. And the last thing I want to say about Returnal and the 10 things that I hate and love is that I can't stop thinking about it. Get out of my head, Returnal. I'm laying in my bed. It's 3 a.m. I shouldn't be thinking about Returnal runs. I shouldn't be thinking about that pause that I did right before dinner the night before. I should be sleeping. It's 3 in the freaking morning. But I can't. I can't stop thinking about it. And I hate it. And I love it because this game is awesome. Really, really enjoying the game. I hope you are too. I think there might be more people out there that can relate with some of these. I'm listening to the soundtrack when I'm making dinner. Then I get back into it when I can, play some more of the runs. make a little bit more progress, unlock a few more perks. You know, it's just slight edging up to getting better and better, and the fact that I'm still playing it and putting so many hours, even if I can't beat it in 20 hours, even if I'm having trouble with the Hollowseeker and the flying bird jerks and the TIE fighters, I'm still thinking about this game a lot, playing it a lot, and I hope that anyone out there that is playing it as well gets something out of this video. If you like this video, throw a like on it, maybe subscribe for more videos. Let me know what your thoughts are on Returnal and what are some of the things that really frustrate you in the comments below, and we'll have a discussion. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take it easy.